We are good. All right, so welcome everybody to today's webinar covering all the technology. And let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and get my presentation up here, and we'll get this going. All right, so to begin with, what we say here is that we want well, I got to share my screen. How's that? That's not going to work. I'm not looking at the screen, but here we go. Share screen, and let's go ahead and share this and share. And here we go. And slideshow from the beginning. Okay. And this should come up. All right, there we go. All right, hopefully everybody is seeing that now. And so what we want to do is have everybody become a John Amico STAR stylist. And so STAR really is an acronym, and the acronym just basically says S for stylist, T for technology, A for amazing, R for results. And so we really have some really unique things that we want to cover with you today. And so what I'd like to cover first off, and I always do this with all my presentations, is I'd just like to discuss why John Amico is different. There are many different product companies that exist in the professional industry, right? We know there's 50 different product companies, but all of them try to compete on one thing, and that's on their products. Why their product is better, or so on and so forth, or unique ingredients. And we have that same thing. I mean, I can talk about why our comeback shampoo, or minerali oil, or VitaShine shampoo conditioner, and all the different products are unique and amazing. But what I'd like to do is talk about how we're different than who they are, because I think it really is important to understand why we're, how we are different and why we're different. So the first thing is not only do we have fantastic products that clients love and they come back and they ask you for those, but really they can only get them through you. Where most of the manufacturers, when you go and you look, you can find them at Ulta, you can find them at Amazon, you can find them at Walgreens and CVS and Target and all these other places. And then when you find the products at all these other places, well, what do you find? Well, first off, you find that they're available everywhere, and so it's not exclusive, number one. And then number two, when they're available everywhere, then everybody starts competing on price. And so you see like the Ulta flyers, like, buy this one and you get this one half off. And so they really start discounting the product. So they try to, capture your customers. Instead of buying through your location, they buy through those locations. And so it's important that you have something that's exclusive just to you. So your clients have to come back to you, but also that maintains the integrity of the margins. So similar to, say, Coach Purse, when we look at Coach Purse, we find that they're only available in select locations. So they have higher margins. When you look at expensive, exclusive cars, automobiles like Porsche, Ferrari, right? They only have them at exclusive locations. And per car, Porsche is the most profitable company. They make more money for every car sold. Because why? Because the margins are intact. They're not having to discount and compete against all those other manufacturers. So buy this pickup truck or this, particular SUV or whatever. So they try to really frame and brand those products, just like John Amico. Only get it in exclusive locations. Next is technology. I mean, we really have, and that's what today's meeting is about, is really the technology that's available for all of you to use. And the great thing is that it's absolutely free. Now, most companies would probably charge for this particular technology anywhere from $800 a year or more, or if you had to create on your own, cost you thousands to create. But literally, most companies would charge you probably anywhere between, $30 to $60 a month to use all of this technology. So with JA, you get it absolutely free. So you got to make sure you're using it because it really is valuable. And then finally, financial rewards. As most of you know, you receive, we really care about the stylist in this industry. So we want to make sure that you have a financial future for yourself. So not only do you receive, rewards based on purchasing of products, but we've also have set up with a company called Edward Jones. So for retirements, my dad was talking about stocks. So we really try to help you as a stylist set yourself up for the future. Besides that, we don't go through distributors. We go through recommendations by other stylists. In doing so, there is some sort of residual or reward component for you as a stylist to build your team. So anyway, frames us to be completely different than all of the other manufacturers that exist in our industry. So what I'd like to do is to go through then the technology, and what I want to do is start with this one right here, which is, first off, you got to have amazing products, which we do have. Secondarily, we're going to go through our Client Connect personalized website. Then we're going to go through our John Amico Connect mobile app. Then we're going to go through our John Amico Show and Sell video app. And finally, we'll finish up with our John Amico Clients for Life promotion subscription. So let's get started with our John Amico Client Connect mobile app. And prior to doing that, I just want to discuss the benefits of technology. Why do we want to use technology? What are the benefits for having technology? So this is why you need to have it. In today's marketplace, you've got to have an online or mobile presence. Why? Because everybody has their phones with them. And when everybody has their phones with them, then this allows technology to be with your clients at all time. When you're on your client's phone, whether it's through the mobile app, or whether you're sending information to their phones through notifications, through text, through emails, you're able to connect with your clients. And that's the way that we connect today. It's it's really important that we have this, because then you're with your clients at all times and you can communicate on the fly. Like, I could send a message right now through our company's mobile app, and we can reach, let's say I have maybe there's 40 particular clients of the company that use the mobile app. I could reach out to them and instantly communicate with them in a heartbeat. So you can do the same thing. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a few minutes. Next, the reason to have technology is that clients can quickly and easily purchase products. And like right now is a great example. With most salons being closed, how do you get those products in clients' hands? I've heard, stylists running to the salon and opening the door and making retail sales, but that's difficult and cumbersome to schedule times and to get people to come over. I mean, it's so much easier if all the client has to do is click on a button and buy the products that they need, right? And then it just gets delivered right to their home. And when they do that, then what's nice is that you receive 35 to 45% commission. You receive 35% immediately, right in the form of a check that we send out every month, but then you receive an additional 10% for the entire year. We save up all that money from January 1st to December 31st, and we issue those checks on the John Amico incentive trip. So next year's incentive trip, I think, is on a cruise, but we have a number of different incentive trips. And so every year at the last night, we have awards night or rewards night, I guess how we want to look at it. And then we pass out those checks. So I know this past year in February, we passed out checks that totaled up to be either the entire thing, half of the incentive trip, a quarter of the incentive trip, but quite a bit of money. So anyway, additional ways of earning income. The average order right now online is about, it's $57. So if you take $57, you multiply it by 35%, it's about $20. So for every order you receive online, it's $20, which is great. Now that's the average order. We have seen orders that are much more. I mean, it's not uncommon to see orders come through your technology that are $100 or more. And it's fair to say that when your clients come to your salon right now, I mean, I shouldn't say right now, but when they were coming, your average order probably in terms of average retail size in your salon was probably not, $60. It was probably more like $30, but not 60. And so why is it 60? And part of the reason is that, number one, clients are shopping. When they get to your web store, your website, they're shopping. They're buying the shampoo or conditioner or styling aid that they want, but then they're looking to see what else maybe complements that product, or maybe they're buying for their husband or kids or spouse or whomever. So the nice thing is that when they're shopping, they buy more than just one item. The second thing is that the budget is reset. When someone comes to your salon, they spend a certain amount of money. Now that money might be $100 or $80 or $120 or $50 or whatever the number is. They come up with a specific budget in mind when they're visiting your salon, so they've got to stay within that budget. But when they purchase online, that budget's been reset. So as they start buying, well, of course, now there's a budget that'll take place, but in their mind, they're like, okay, I'm going to buy $50, $80, and we do have incentives. So as clients start getting up higher, $80 in product, you'll find that the clients that hit 80, we have this little counter at the top that says get free shipping at $100. So you'll see that as clients purchase more product, like $85 or more, you don't have a lot of $85 orders. They're usually 100 or more, because at that point, they're like, I'm just going to go for the free shipping. So there are things that encourage clients to purchase more. Anyway, great opportunity for you to receive money. And if you got one order a day or received one order a day, I mean, $20 times, 5 days a week, so $100 times 50 weeks, it's like $5,000 a year. And I have seen stylists earn thousands of dollars a year using their technology. So anyway, very, very good. Next is clients for life. When we say clients for life, it's not only for the client's life, but it's also your life. What do I mean by that? So when you have a client that is purchasing through your technology, some of your clients, especially here in the Midwest, might relocate. And some of our clients relocate all the way to Florida or Arizona or someplace warmer, or they retire someplace different than where they resided at one time. And in doing so, those clients still want to receive the products that they're brand loyal to. They really like the performance of that John Amico XYZ product, and they still want to receive it. So we find that those clients then go online through your technology and they continue to purchase. The great thing is that you still receive commissions every time a client purchases online. We marry the client to you through that technology. The other thing is that we have stylists who have retired. They've worked in this industry for 40 years or more and said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and hang up my shears and retire. But they've also developed clientele that are brand loyal and developed a regimen, a routine of using the John Amico products, and they still want to get those products. And so they use the technology. Don Abler is a good example. He's out of the state of Wisconsin. He retired several years ago, but there's not a month that goes by where he doesn't receive a check for his clients using the technology. So really good in terms of clients for life.
Can I say something about Don?
Yeah.
When Don was inducted into our Hall of Fame, so to speak, lifetime achievement, he got up and he made a great presentation, and he said, could you ever imagine a hairstylist in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, really with another stylist or two stylists, who actually becomes a multimillionaire? He said, this is such an unbelievable industry. And the funds that Don has been receiving for 22 years, 23 years, he's been putting away. What most people don't realize, if you get this 100, Johnny said, if you get five orders a week, that's, $20, that's $100. If you took that $100 and you deposited that on a direct basis once every month, it would be $400 a month. At the end of the year, it would be $5,200. That $5,000, if you invested it simply into a mutual fund, Russell 500, an index, a tech index, or S&P 500 biggest companies in the United States, year over year for the last 80 years, it's produced 10% growth. That means that in 6 years, that 5,000 would turn into double. It would turn into $10,000. And then as the years go on, it would turn into 20,000. And then years go on, it goes to 40,000. Years go on, it goes to 80,000, goes to 120,000. So in 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, you would have somewhere close to $100,000 from that single 1 year investment. But what if that investment happened year over year over year over year? It would turn out to be a close to $3 million over 36 to 42 years. $3 million. If you didn't take the money, but you took it and gave it to your financial advisor, and they did an auto draft, and we have many, many, many people that do that. That auto draft goes right into your bank account, right? Now, you may not be doing it for the next 25 years or 30 years because you're going to retire. I will tell you this, you can hyper that. You can not only take the contribution that we're sending you, but you can take the contribution from additional funds, $10 a day, $15 a day, and you can wind up leaving this industry as a millionaire and never have to really work another day in your life between what you're going to get in Social Security and what you're going to get from the actual gain of those funds. You would never die broke. And I will tell you, that's very comforting to know that you never have to worry about it. And so think about that not as play money, not like, well, I'm going to get $10 a day, $20 a day, because you guys are so many times cash rich but financially broke in our industry, not just you personally, but the industry, because they get this flash cash and it's all tips and gratuities and this, that, and the other thing, and they really don't know how to leverage money. And so think about that. Think about, I've got a way that if I really work at it, I can have 20, 30, 40 people every couple of months buying product, which is going to secure the rest of my life. Really. All right, move on.
Fantastic, Dad. And let me just piggyback one comment on there. You talked about the auto draft. So we do have it's not a national account, but we have a national representative that we work with a company called Edward Jones. And they most likely have a local representative in your city or state or location locally where you're at. So he always comes to Chicago, which is our national convention. But what we can do is, if you want to, we can, which is great, we have a number of John Amico stylists who have opened up their own Edward Jones account. And then what we do is every month, instead of sending you your check to you, we send it to your Edward Jones account. So it goes directly to Edward Jones. You control the money. You work with the rep. You figure out how you want to invest it. And like my dad said, many of the stylists add additional monies to it. So maybe every month the John Amico contribution's made, and then likewise every month you make a contribution out of your own bank account. So it's almost like doubling the money. So whatever goes in there, maybe the same amount or an extra $100 or $200 a month goes in there. The nice thing is that with most retirement accounts, you're able to put that money in and it's tax-free. The government encourages you to put that money into savings, so you don't get taxed on it. So it's really like getting, if your tax percentage is 20% or 25% or whatever it is, you're getting, it's like getting all that tax-free. It goes right in the account. So highly encourage you to do it. If you want to open up one of those accounts, just give us a call here at the office. We'll put you in touch with Mark. That's the representative's name, and he can do it right over the phone. And it's really easy. And then we just switch in our computer systems where those checks go to. So, all right, getting back to the presentation. We're talking about, again, using technology and the benefits of technology. So here's the great thing about the technology is that when somebody does order through your, say, your website, your web store, you don't have to fulfill anything, meaning you don't have to ship it, you don't have to box it, you don't have to collect any money, you don't have to do anything. The nice thing is you receive an email. As long as we have your email address, you'll receive an email from us, and it basically tells you that this client just purchased online, and it tells you what they purchased. The good news is that every little bit of inventory that we have, which is hundreds of items, from the personal size item all the way to the gallon size, we have in the distribution center. So your clients, even though maybe physically in your salon, you're limited to maybe 10-ounce sizes and, physical space requirements, the distribution center is very large. And the nice thing is that you can have all these items that are available to your clients. And finally, we ship that out to you in terms of checks on a monthly basis. The good news is that your store is always open. It never closes. So there are clients that go online at 10 o'clock at night, midnight, and they realize, oh, I need to buy these products, and they go on and they purchase. And when you wake up then the next morning, you find out that, hey, I made money while I was sleeping. And I've heard some members say that, that they make money while they sleep. That the next morning when they get up, they find that they have a web order from their technology, which is great. We do have auto ship programs that are available. So some of your clients want to receive a specific set of products at a specific time interval. So maybe it's every 2 months or every 3 months. And so they sign up for the auto ship, and then we ship those products to them every, whatever they specified. We also have preferred customer programs. And so as a preferred customer, we give that client a discount. So they receive the products at 15% off. They do pay a fee to become a preferred customer, which is $20. You receive $7 or $8 of that. And then also they get a lower threshold of free shipping. It's at $75 and not $100. And then also they receive their own link that they can refer other friends or family to go and purchase. So they send out a link and say, oh, if you go buy products, use this link. And when those friends or family, if they're referred by a preferred customer, that preferred customer then also receives product credit on their next order. Not only do you receive 35% of any of those preferred clients that refer other clients, but the preferred client themselves get a reward. You also can develop clientele outside the salon. You're not limited to just having your retail available in the salon. The great thing about technology is you literally can have clients that maybe physically are far away from you, but they still use your technology to buy. Good examples are we've had members, John Amico professionals that have been taking an Uber ride, and they tell the Uber driver, they find out they're a stylist, and they tell the Uber driver has a problem with their hair, and they kind of, make a recommendation. They use their technology to make that recommendation for that person. And I've heard from one particular stylist that Uber driver has purchased 2 or 3 times already. So that's great. I've also heard about professionals taking a plane ride, or being at a hotel, or being out at a ball game or a party, and so these are places where you can develop clientele through your technology. Also, social media is another one where you talk about a particular product and how it cures or helps solve a particular problem, and now you have people from Facebook or Instagram purchasing products because of that recommendation. So anyway, really nice to have clientele outside the salon. We also give you tools to build your online sales. So what are these tools? They're primarily promo codes. So we have different promo codes. Right now there's one, it's called JA Love 20. So J for John, A for Amico, and then Love 20. And so that gives a client, for the very first time that they go online and they purchase product through your technology, if they use that promo code JA Love 20, they receive 20% off their very first order. So fantastic for those new clients trying to use your technology. We give them an incentive, but it allows you as a stylist to use technology and to use promotional codes to build your online sales. We've also worked with a couple stylists to create their own promo code. So maybe instead of JA Love 20, it's, Lori loves 20, or whatever, or Lori gives you 20, so anyway, so we can also work with you individually on specific promo code to help you build your sales. And finally, we educate and promote directly to your clients. If you're part of the JA Clients for Life, we'll go through that later on today. You'll see how we can do some of that heavy lifting for you. We'll go ahead and put together education and promotional offerings to your clients. We'll go ahead and send those out. The great news is that anyone that takes advantage of that, again, we marry all of your clients to you. So any clients that would go online and purchase because of those emails, you receive 35%. So I always hear when we send out these particular, promotional information or education information, stylists love it because when their clients purchase, they say, oh, I got 2 clients that purchased because of that email. That's fantastic. So they really enjoy seeing that, because that is, again, income that's being earned through that promotion. All right, so from the Star Stylist technology, you'll see that something like this, again, would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And again, you have it complimentary. So definitely glad you're on today, because now you'll begin to use it. So let's talk about the very first piece of technology and what it is and how to use it. So it is right here. It's called the John Amico Client Connect personalized website. And so everyone receives their own web store with John Amico. This is an example of what it looks like. If you go to johnamico.com / and then use your own unique nickname. Now, when you initially became part of John Amico, we assigned you a nickname. Most likely that was your first and last name. Most likely on your application sheet, we put down nickname or site name, what you want. And it's usually 99% of the time your first and last name. So if my name is Rhonda Murphy, it would be johnamico.com / Rhonda Murphy. There's no space between the first and last name. It's all just one word. So as an example, it looks something like this: www.johnamico.com / nickname. And so yours would be johnamico.com / Rhonda Murphy. And so when you go to that, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see here on my screen, it says refer Rhonda Murphy or stylist Rhonda Murphy. That's Rhonda's website, web store, that her clients could go to purchase all of those different products. And when those clients go there, you'll see here, it says you're $100 away from your free shipping. As clients add things to their cart, you'll notice that number starts dropping. You're only $20 away, and so on and so forth. The clients can go here to different things like shampoo and conditioners and styling aids and hairspray and men's line skincare, professional. The professional, that won't show up because in terms of products, because they can't buy the professional items. But there are specials that will show up as well. And anyway, clients will then start going shopping. So you should use that web link, johnamico.com / Rhonda Murphy, on everything that you have. So as an example, I'm going to turn on my video here. I've got here a card, and this is a card. We have a test salon called the Hair Performers, and so this looks like a normal business card, but what we do is it opens up, and we can make these for you if you want something like this very easily. Just give us a call. We'll get these produced for you. You just pay for the cost, whatever they are, but they're relatively inexpensive, and so on the inside it lists a recommendation or a prescription, and on the bottom it says to fulfill that order. I don't know if it's showing up backwards or not. What you can do is go to this particular website, and it says johnamico.com / the hair performers. So likewise, you can have something like that. On the backside, we do have, save the date, or this is your pre-booking information. But that link is available. In order to increase your website, web store sales, you've got to have that link associated with everything that you have right now. So I would put it on all my business cards. I would put it on any other sort of information that I have in the salon that I give to clients on a regular basis. I would put it on my website. If I have a website, and so let's say my name of my salon is, mainstreethairperfection.com. When I go to mainstreethairperfection.com, I should have, about us, our services, about our stylists, go shopping. When I click on go shopping, that's just a link that just jumps right over to johnamico.com / Rhonda Murphy. So this way it goes right to the web store. I would go to my Facebook site, and where it says, all of your information, name and address, website should be, go shopping. Here it is. You've got to have it on your Facebook site. So you should have it on all of those types of social media so that your clients can take advantage of when they need product. Maybe they go to your Facebook site. Oh, yeah, I need something. I got to go shopping. Click, and they know where to go. So you should have that, again, on all of your information. Really important. All right. Next is going to be your John Amico Client Connect mobile app. Is there any questions on your personalized website? And by the way, if you're unsure of what your website is, it's really simple. Just give us a call and we'll tell you what it is. You can also, let me just show you how to do this here. You can just log into the back side of your website. So if I go to something like, let me see here. I'm going to show you. Let's see, I've got to just escape out of this 1 second here. And let's see if I go to, let me see if this would work. Nope. Okay, this is what I want to do. I want to show you how you could go to and show you where this information is, because some of you might say, I don't want the name Rhonda Murphy. I want to have the name of my salon instead. Okay, that's fine. So if I log into the back side of the website, if I go to johnamico.com, I go right up here in the upper right, it says professional login. And if I click up here and I put in my ID number, your ID number is always that W number. So if you're unsure of your W number, give us a call as well. And we can walk you through that. And then I put in my W number, I put in my password. If you don't know your password, you could also hit forgot password and it will email to you, as long as we have your proper email address. If that doesn't work, again, just give us a call. We can work through this really easily with you. But once you log in, what you're going to find here is a lot of different pieces of information. But if I scroll down here, it says My Sites. And if I click on My Sites, it's actually going to tell me your website for retail sales is johnamico.com / Sandy Seeley. So right now I'm logged in as Sandy Seeley. So really simple. If I wanted to change that, I could just go to account settings under my profile, and I click here, and I would scroll down, and what I could do is find right here, site name. And what I could do is change this to anything that I want. So right here, I would change it to maybe the names of my salon is called Queen's Parlor. So I see that right here, Queen's Parlor. So www.johnamico.com/Queen's Parlor. Or maybe I've seen people have, www.johnamico.com/Great Hair Days or Hair 911 or, a whole bunch of different things. So, but you can do anything that you want as long as it's not taken. How do you know it's not taken? When you go to save it, if it says, sorry, that name's been taken, then you'll know you'll have to change it and it won't save it. So, but it's really simple. But that's where you go. Just log into that back side of this website here. Just go down here to My Sites to see what it is, or go to My Profile, and you can change that there. As long as we're on the back side of this website, let me point out one more thing so we don't have to do that. And that is right here. It says Learning and Building Tools. We have something called Video Education. And if I click on this Video Education, there is something called Your John Amico Technology underneath this list of folders. So on this, I click on Your John Amico Technology, and if I go to here, it shows me all of these different videos that are available for me to watch on the different technologies. So if today, for whatever reason, you say, oh, I want to go back and rewatch something, you can either watch part of it, you can watch an entire presentation. I'll also email out this presentation to you in its entirety too. At the conclusion, I am recording today's presentation as well. Okay, so let's go back to our presentation then, and let's do this. And okay. So now what I want to do is go through our John Amico Client Connect mobile app. And the mobile app resides on your client's phones. It also resides on your phone. But think of it as an electronic business card. Whereas I just showed you a paper business card, think of this as an electronic business card. And you want to be on every single one of your clients' phones. So it's important that you share the app and you load it and install it on your client's phone. Now they can do it themselves, and I'll show you how to do this. It's really simple and easy. But on your mobile app, you have a number of different widgets. And the different widgets are things like your clients can go shopping through your website or web store. Easy. You can send messages to your clients, and so they'll get it as a notification on their phone. They can call you when they want to book an appointment. If you're using online booking, like through the John Amico Salon software, they can go ahead and book an appointment through your mobile app. They can go to your Facebook site. They can go to your website. I mean, you can have a widget for feedback. So you could have 10 questions where after a visit, people can go there and freely answer questions about their visit. There's a whole bunch of things that you can put on there. My recommendation is to have, maybe 6 or 8. I'll show you an example of my home office app that we have, but you can customize it. You can put your picture on it. You can have, the name of your salon or the name of your salon suite or whatever you'd like there. So it's really, really simple to use. But what's nice is that it is customized for you. It's your mobile app. It's your information. It goes on your clients' phones. And so what you want to do is to make sure that all of your clients have it on their phones. And there's a variety of ways to get it on your clients' phones. But initially, the best way of doing it is to share it. And I'll show you how to do that. So let me do this first. I'm going to go ahead and let me get this going on here. So 1 second. I just want to share my phone. So I'm going to click here, do new share. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then I'll be on in just a second here with my phone. And that's what I want to show you. Okay. And there it is. Okay, perfect. So here's a sample of my phone. And what I'm going to do is go to my app. And it's down here in the lower right-hand corner. It says JA. And when I click on that, it will populate. And here we go. Let's see here. I was playing around with it the other day, and here we go. All right, so here is my app, and as you'll see, I put our logo up here in the top. It says John Amico Professional Hair Care, and then what you see here is a variety of different widgets. And so I have on this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different widgets. Of course, you don't have to have that many, but what I'm trying to show you is that you have the ability to put down as many widgets as you'd like. I mean, you could have 20 if you wanted to, but I think realistically 6 or 8 is probably plenty. The 4 widgets that the phone mobile app comes with are going to be these 4, and that is shop, it's going to be phone, it's going to be share, and it's going to be messages, and then you can add additional ones. So what's nice is that when your clients do need to book an appointment, they can hit that phone. When your clients need to go shopping, they can hit the shop button. And then your clients can also share the app with others. So if I'm really happy with you as a stylist, I can refer you to my friends and family. But let's show you how that this actually installs on your client's phones, because the best way of sharing it is when the client is in your salon. Now I know right now with salons being closed, there's not a lot of opportunity to get this on your clients' phones, but you can still share it via social media. You can still text it to your clients. You can still share it via email. So there's still a variety of ways to do this. So let me give you an example. So I have a client, I'll give you 2 examples. First one is I have a client that is in my chair, and that client now, I just applied hair color, and now she's going to process for 30 minutes, let's say, or 40 minutes. So I tell the client, hey, I have a brand new way of communicating with you as a client. I've got some new technology. It's a mobile app. What I'd like to do at this point is go through it with you and show you how you can utilize the mobile app, and how my information now is readily accessible to you. So what you want to do then is you click on this share button. You want to make sure, of course, the client has their phone, and then you click on the share button. So I just clicked on share, and then you can share it in a variety of ways. So what I can do is I can share it with via texting. I can share it via Gmail. But if the client's in the chair with me, I'm just going to hit message. I'm going to send it to John Zeman. I always send him these mobile apps, so I'm just going to send him my the mobile app, and I just shared it with him. So John Zeman is a stylist, a member of John Amico, and I just shared it with him. So if John was in my chair, now he's going to get right on my phone a second later is a text from me, and it has a link. So as a client, all he has to do is click on that link. It downloads to the phone, and then what I can do is I can explain the different widgets that I have on the mobile app. So I can explain to the client how that client can go shopping, how the client can call me or book an online appointment or share the app or go to my Facebook or whatever that client needs. The great news is that once that client has that information on their phone, I'm now only a finger touch away from them. But the important thing is that you as a stylist have to send messages to them on a regular basis. Why? Because if you don't communicate with your clients, I'm going to call it out of sight, out of mind, meaning that if you don't regularly stay in front of your clients, then they're going to forget that they even have the mobile app on their phone. And so it's important that you send a message once a week, once every other week, so at least 2 times to 4 times a month. My recommendation would be once a week would be the best, but I would say at least 2 times a month. Otherwise, they're going to forget that they even have your mobile app on their phone. So how do you send messages? It's quite simple. The first thing that you do is you have to go to the back side of the website or the web app. There's a professional side, and so to get to it, you can click any of these buttons. I always click on this one that says shop. So I click on the shop button. This takes me to the shop, and then what I can do is it'll load the shop. But in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see up here this little gear or wheel. And so I'm on an Apple phone, so I get a gear. If you're on an Android phone, you'll have 3 dots. And so if I click on the gear or the 3 dots, it then opens this up. And now I have an option of going to this thing called Professional View at the bottom. So if I click on Professional View, it's now going to flip over. And the very first time it's going to ask me for my email address and password. And I was working with somebody the other day on how to do this. So let me see. I don't know if I changed my email. Let me try something. Hold on a second. This should work. Let's see if that one works. Nope. Let me try one more. Let me try different email address. So hold on. Let's try this. There we go. All right, I knew it was one of those. Okay, so what happens is this. I'm going to again flip it back to the customer side. I'll flip it back so this way. I know there's a little bit delay with me entering in my email address and password. But basically, you click on one of these widgets. I'm going to click on Shop. Then in the upper right-hand corner, I click on the little gear, and I go down to where it says Professional View, and I click on that. Once I do it, once I entered my email address and password, I'll never have to enter it again. It's done, and it will always just flip over to the side. And so this is where you send a message to your clients. And so it's really easy to send one. But the first thing that I want to find out is how many of my clients have this on their phone? I mean, what's the amount of messages that when I send one, how many people are going to get it? And so let me show you where to go. In the upper left-hand corner, there's something, it looks like a hamburger. There's like 3 little lines there. So I'm going to click on those 3 little lines. We call it the burger bar. And when I click on that, it opens up and there's something called analytics. And when I click on analytics, what it shows me is a date range. And this date range is for the last month. And when I look at the last month, I've had 4 downloads of my app to my clients' phones. But for the lifetime of the app, I've got 44. So when I send a message out, most likely it's going to be in this 44 range. I might have clients who uninstalled it or got new phones and they're no longer on that. But by and large, it's probably, 44 is the number that I'm looking at. And if I continue to scroll down, I can see in the last month, I've shared the app 22 times, but I've only had 4 downloads. So basically, I'm showing all of you, every time I click on a share button, it counts as 1 share, but nobody's really downloading it. But that's what you want to see is take a look and see, well, how many times did I share the app? But if you're doing it with your clients in the salon, every app share should result in an app download. That's simple. And then below that says messages. And so in the last month, I've sent out 6 messages and a total of 12 since I've had the app. And so just again, the analytics I'm looking at, but the one number that I'm really looking at right now is downloads. I've got 44 phones that have this on their phone. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit this back button up here at the top. And when I go back, now I'm going to go ahead and send a message. And so really simple, I just click on that pink bar, send a message, and I go ahead and I click on send push. And send push basically says, let's send a message out. And so now it says title required. So I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, we are reopening. So perfect. And then say on May 1st, the salon will be reopening, something like that, and book now. Book now. And then maybe I even have over here with the optional link, maybe I have my booking link there. And so now clients can go ahead and click on that and they would be able to then book their appointments or give me a call and I can put my phone number in there, whatever I want to do. But again, it's a way for me to stay in communication with my clients. Maybe it's Mother's Day, right? Coming up here soon. And I'm selling gift certificates. Hey, buy gift certificates now. There's always something I could be promoting once a week to my clients. Once I'm done doing this, though, it's really simple. And all I have to do is hit this button that says send. So all I do is go to send. And once I push that, now instantaneously, all of those phones, the 44 phones that I saw before, just received that message. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And I'm done. It's that simple to send a message out. So really, really easy. So I wanted to show you how to send a message out. If I go back to click on send a message and I go here on my push category, those are all the various messages that I sent out. So we'll see the one from today. We are reopening right here at the very top. On May 1st, the salon will be, and I can, basically click on that. And that's what the message that I sent. Really simple. So that's how easy it is from your phone to send messages to all of your clients and to stay connected to them, even with this. Now they could, they'll get the message. It'll come up like a notification on their phone. So how you get a text notification and it pops up on your phone, that's how these come up. It comes up as almost like a text notification on their phone. It's not a text itself. It comes up as a notification and they'll pop up right on their phone and they kind of see what's going on. So I really like how that is because your clients will see that. Unlike emails where they got to open up their emails to see it, this actually pops up immediately on their phone. And if you want to see an example of how that works, I always recommend having your, spouse, friend, family, somebody download the app so they can see how that works. Now, most of the time you're going to have this on the client side. So to get to the client side, all I do is I go in the upper right-hand side, that little person, think of that person as a client. I'm going to go back to the client side. And this is really what you're going to have open on your phone most of the time. It's only when you're sending those messages, you really flip it back to the professional side. Now with the mobile app, again, this is your electronic information business card, really a great central place for all your clients to go. You have to call us so we can set up your app. It's not something you can just go online and look up John Amico Professional Hair Care. You'll see an app up there, but you're not going to know a password or email. We've got to actually set it up because this way it's got to be really specific to you. That's the important thing, is it's got to be specific to your phone. So let's go back to our presentation. I want to see if there's any questions on this. If there is, just go ahead and click on the chat box or the Q&A. Let me see if I've got something here. Okay, let's see. If you're not addressing my concern or questions related to my question, will you be hosting a video, our answers on the JA, or if you have someone call me, this would be great. I have other webinar scheduled. Blessings. Okay, so let me see what the question was. Answer when I can. I have a small salon. It's just me. I've been licensed for over 40 years. Needless to say, many clients have moved out of New York or sadly passed away. A lot of people are using over-the-counter products. I've gifted some by not charging them to just try, but they've gone back to OCA. How do you suggest getting new clients and promoting our products? I already use them, encourage on my own. Other salon too are very reluctant. Okay, so Regina, great question. I don't know if you're still on the on this right now. Okay, fantastic. So let me recommend this. There's several things that we can do. I mean, one of the first things to recommend to your clients' products is we have coming up here, you're going to see the Show and Sell app. And so that'll be the next piece of technology we'll talk about. And the good thing about that Show and Sell app is you can actually communicate individually and make a recommendation or prescription right to that individual client for that particular product. So what's nice is that, maybe a client has thin or fine hair, and so the comeback shampoo is really the perfect choice for them. You can go on there and say, hey, this is the product that you need, and then you can send that information right to that particular client. Now they can buy through the technology and we'll deliver it to their front door. They don't have to go to Walgreens or whatever to pick up these OTC products. They'll be able to purchase it right through your technology. So I think that helps, number one. Number two, in terms of promo codes, you can always offer additional benefits, especially for these clients who have never purchased your technology and it's the first time they're buying online. You can offer them an incentive. We've got that JA Love 20. That's really good. Gives them 20% off. We have something else that's been on for quite some time. It's called Bio, B-I-O, Oil, O-I-L, promo. Bio Oil Promo, B-I-O-O-I-L P-R-O-M-O. And that Bio Oil Promo is a great incentive because what it does, it gives the client a 15% discount. It's not 20, it's 15. But what it does do is it adds to their order 2 free 3-packs of the minerali oil. Now, if you look online, a minerali oil 3-pack treatment is $60. So they're going to get 2 of those. That's $120 value, absolutely free, along with a 15% discount. So that's a really good promotional code that you can use as well. So Bio Oil Promo, and that's a really good incentive. So a lot of times to get clients to purchase through your technology the first time, we offer these types of incentives to get them comfortable with using technology. So those are 2 good ones that I would recommend using. Now, for stylists to use John Amico, I know right now is not an opportune time to necessarily connect face-to-face with people, but definitely what you can do is use the technology. So even through that Show and Sell app, we do have 3 pieces of information that do promote the benefits of John Amico. The other thing that we've been doing is hosting webinars for any stylist to join to take a look at what we're doing. And so I'll send you some of those links, because what it does do is it helps introduce John Amico to, non-John Amico stylists, So maybe I've been using XYZ brand, but I didn't, again, in the beginning of our presentation, what makes John Amico different? It's those things, the non-diversion, the ability to earn better margins, having all this technology, the rewards. I mean, there's so many good things that make us so different and unique. I definitely think it's
Yeah, let
worthwhile.
me just say one thing to Regina. Regina, when I introduced our brands, I was a guest artist. I worked for L'Oreal. I worked for Zotos. I worked for Clairol. Back in the day, those were the brands that I was working with. And so I did a lot of stage work with them. So when we decided on our first product, which was CIT, curling iron texturizer, the company I was working with at that time was Zotos, and we were divided the country in half. So the Mississippi River, I was the guy on the east going to New York and Florida and wherever, and the other guy was Joe Altieri, and he went from there all the way to California. My mindset is every time I got on stage, I had techs behind stage doing dual therm, warm and gentle, perming systems, okay? And perming systems, as you know, some were light, some were stronger, some were tight, some were loose. And a lot of times I would do air forming, and they allowed me to use my red round brush. I could promote it from the stage. Distributors would buy it, and they would resell it. And then I would promote how to be able to do iron curling. And the problem is there wasn't any kind of additive that they had within the line. So what I did is I used CIT, and I showed them, and then I made an offer to the company for them to actually license them to use and use my formulation CIT. They came back a couple of months later, says, we're really in the perm business. We're not in the styling business. So we're going to take a pass on it, which then gave me the impetus to go out and open up a line. So I opened up a line. I had half a dozen salons, and I had to show to my stylist that I could actually get clients to buy the retail, even though they never used it before, and also to be able to have a decent sized ticket number. So after about 3 months, my average price point was about $32 per client on retail, $32. So let me tell you how I did it. I would say to the client, I know that you're a brand new client, you've never been with me before, but one thing that I do require is that in order for you to be able to maintain the relationship and come back to me, is you have to use the products that I recommend, because if not, I'm not going to get the results, and neither are you. And Vidal was right. If you don't look good, I don't look good. So that's what I want to do. And today what I'm going to do, because you're my first time client, I'm going to waive my gratuity. I don't want you to give me any money. I want you to apply that money towards the products that I'm going to recommend for you. And then I would lay out the products, and it generally was 4: shampoo, conditioner, volumizer, finishing spray. Usually, sometimes a 5th, like a glossifier or whatever it might be. So I would lay it out, and then I would say, okay, now this comes in a 2 ounce, an 8 ounce, and a 16, because at that time we had 8 and 16s. And I said, so whichever works for you. Now, most clients, very few clients are taking the large size because they've used it before. The small size is okay if you're going to the health club, but most everybody takes the medium size, which is the 8 ounce size. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And it would average about $42, $43, $40, $38, depending on what I recommended. She might not take all of them. She might take, well, you know what? I do have some shampoo at home, so I'll take the small size of that, and I'll take but I've got the transactions going, right? Then what I did is I gave her a bounce back card that she could get $5 off a product on her next return visit. And I set the stage for her to rely on me. It was always money back guarantee, and this is how I did it. I said, it's the empty bottle guarantee. You bring it back, whatever doesn't work, I'm going to exchange it. Because, most of the times you get it right. Every now and then we might get it wrong. It might not perform quite the way. But I don't want you to use just a little one time in your hand or 2 times in your hand and say, oh, I don't think I like it. I said, I want you to use the whole doggone thing, because you'll see the results after a while. So don't worry about bringing me back a half-used bottle. I don't really care. I'll tell you that very rarely happened, because I usually kind of nailed it on the first try. But if I ever did, then the bottle would come back. But I can't even imagine 6-10 bottles a year ever coming back. All right. But what happened? What happened is she understood the relationship. She got involved, and she started to use. And then whenever I would get somebody who was referred by them, they would say, oh, well, he's fantastic. He does this stuff. But I will tell you this, you're going to have to use his products, because if you don't, he's not going to take you as a regular client. Okay? So that was the mindset that I put on the client. Today, I would probably still do the same, but maybe not simultaneously, but maybe the next time I say, I'm going to show you an easy way for you to also be able to replenish, because I don't want you to fall out of rhythm. You know, I don't want you to go that 6 weeks and in 4 weeks you need it, right? Or have to make a special trip back here. That's probably how I would do it. But I would also do it for new clients. And John, I don't know if you really emphasized that like Angela. Did you emphasize that?
I didn't. No, you
Okay,
go
so
ahead. Yep.
here's an example. We have a gal coming up to management leadership. Last year, it was in the springtime. She came from Jonesboro, Arkansas. She was driving through where there was a Walmart. She needed something, went in, and she's in the aisle and she's selecting what she wants. And all of a sudden, she starts a conversation with another shopping guest. And before you know it, she's making recommendations and giving them an RX on what products this client could use or should use. And I think the client started out by commenting on how nice her hair was. And then at that point, she gave her the app. And then she indicated which product she would recommend her to get, right? Woman downloaded it right there and then said, now let me show you what I would recommend. Took her up to the website and said, I would get this, I would get this, get it. Okay, all good, bye. In the car, back to Chicago, gets to Chicago. That night, an immediate notification comes through. This woman bought $250 worth of product from the comfort of her home. It was about an 8 or 9 o'clock transaction that happened. And then she went on the site and she was looking what she wanted to get and she bought those items. And Angela told everybody at the conference that just last night, this is exactly what happened, right? The residual has been ongoing. So Angela's been getting purchases by this client for the last year or so. In addition to that, she said that from this particular city, she's got several more clients now buying product because this client has shared it with other people. So you are out of your zone. If you're at a cocktail party, and it could be even a chamber of commerce in a different part of the city, most stylists, a client comes up, and you've heard it, I've heard it a dozen times, hundreds of times. Oh, you're a stylist. You know, I'm having problems with my color. I'm having this, that, but, and you give them a consultation right there at a cocktail party over a glass of wine. And then what do you say? Most people say, well, I'm not in this area, but you know what I would recommend? You go over to Sally's or go over to Ulta, and they have the products. Oh, I could write it down for you, and that's what you're going to get. All right? No longer does that happen. You get paid for your knowledge now. When you're at any activity, it could even be a family reunion in Mississippi or Idaho, and you go there and the family's asking, you can put them right in. And if you want them to have the special, which is that VIP where they get 15% off all the time, you could do it. It doesn't cost you a penny because you still get your regular commissions, okay? But you could do that for certain people if you want to. And they pay $20 a year, big deal. But you're there and available. Now you're going to see on the next one, you could actually be communicating with them on subscription prescription. In other words, I see that you're ordering it all the time like a subscription, but let me tell you some more benefits and sister products that can work with that. All right. All you have to do is have the mindset to be able to, and the terminology. Every client in your salon, in your chair, should have a downloaded app. Everyone. Not enough for you to download it to them, but for them to download it once they see that it popped up. How do you do that? You do it while they're in your salon. And what you're going to have to do is have Purell right at your station. So if you do take their phone, you do actually take that Purell, put it on your hands, and then be able to manipulate on the phone what you want to show her. And then once you're done, you also redo it again. And you allow her to do the same thing, put Purell in there, so they're not thinking about, oh, I'm getting CV19. No. And that's the new way of today. That's what I would recommend. Okay.
Perfect. Thanks, Dad. That's perfect. That's great. So this is, you know, your, again, your web app that you can use. It's, again, think of it as your piece of communication that goes on all of your clients' phones. Now, you have to contact us. When you want to use this, you've got to, because we don't set this up automatically and you can't download it. So we have got to personalize it for you. And then you can also personalize it with your picture and some other things. So if you've never used never signed up again for the mobile app, make sure you call us and we'll get that set up for you. All right, the next piece of technology I want to go through is going to be your John Amico Show and Sell video app. Now, this is different than the one I just went through. The mobile app is, again, your electronic business card. It goes on all of your clients' phones. This piece of technology goes on your phone. So it is different, and so let's take a look at how this is different. So, again, mobile app, that goes on your clients' phones. This Show and Sell app goes on your phone. And so uh, basically, the way I would describe this particular app is that it's a personalized video that you can create. It's of you, and you send that off to your clients, or you put it on social media. And so what you're doing is describing a particular benefit of a product and how and why they should be using that product. You're going to have clients that are going to ask you, I need this or that or the other thing. And so what's nice is even during this time when many of the salons are closed, you have stylists communicating with their clients going, a client calls them and said, I need comeback shampoo, or I need VitaShine shampoo, I need this, how do I get it? And so the stylist is just sending one of these personalized videos right back to the client, and all you have to do is click on the buy button. So I want to show you how easy it is. The good news is that all of you, as long as you know what your mobile site nickname is, you can install this right now. So you don't have to contact us. You can literally install this right now. If you're watching this from a computer, you can go ahead and grab your phone. I'll walk you through how to install it. We'll do it together. It's really simple. It's easy. And you'll begin to use this, I guess, as soon as we're done with our webinar today. So again, think of this. It's an app just for stylists. And so let's go through how to do this. And so this is what it looks like in action. When you log into and we install this on your phone, and you'll install it on your phone, you're going to have the ability to send out a personalized video on a particular product. So on the right-hand side, it says you create your own. That's what I prefer. Why do I prefer that? Because your clients know you, they trust you. And so when you send information to your clients, they're going to look at it, open it, watch the video because it's from you. When you send something from our library of videos, and we do have some videos, and I'll show you where those are at. It's a company video. Some of them are set up by us, some are set up by Giovanni Rizzo. The thing is that they're not as credible. I mean, they're good and they're great to watch, but when it comes from you, there's a better ability because you know your clients, they connect with you, they trust you, so it's a nice thing. So let's go ahead and install it on the phone. I want to show you how it works. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my phone because I want you to see how this works. So again, I'm going to go back to my iPhone. I'm going to share this, and so let's go ahead and do this. And I'm connecting, and there we go. So I'm now got my phone up on my screen. What I want to do is to go find, so I've got it installed right here already. So I'm going to uninstall it. So I'm going to click on that and delete the app, delete it, and so now it's gone. So the first thing that you have to do is you've got to go to your App Store, or you've got to go to the Google Play Store. If you're using an Apple phone, I want you to go to the App Store. If you're using an Android phone, you go to the Play Store. And again, you can do this right now. It won't take long at all. As long as you know your nickname for your site, then you'll be able to do it. So that's how easy it is. So in the bottom lower right-hand corner, I've got to hit the search button. And when I go to search, I've got to type in the word impact, I-M-P-A-C-T video, V-I-D-E-O. And when I do that and I click on search, so right here, impact video, right here it says impact video. What I'm going to look for is this thing that's a red box. It's got a white triangle with a shopping cart that's on wheels. It looks like it's speeding along there. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to download. So I'm going to go ahead and download this. I want to install this on my phone. It usually takes, it's pretty quick. You know, it'll install in under a minute usually. And so once it installs, all I have to do is click on the open button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on open. And it says, Impact Video would like to send you notifications. Yes, I do want to allow notifications. I want to know when somebody is watching a video, when somebody is hitting a buy button. I want that information, so I do want to allow notifications. And now it says, enter my company name, which of course is John Amico. You want to enter it without any spaces. So it's just Johnamico. And then I go ahead and I click on the search button. And when I click search, it will come up and it says, is this the company we're looking for? And it is. So really simple. I'm just going to go ahead and hit yes. That's it. Again, the word John Amico, no spaces. So if you're following along and doing it with me, again, just enter John Amico, no spaces. And when you do that, it'll install. And now it says get started. So at the very bottom of the screen, it says in this gray box, get started. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now it says register. I'm going to go ahead and click on register. And it's this simple. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. And once I'm done, I'm good to go. So really simple. What's my first name? Let's put on Johnny. Last name Amico. Great. My email is john.amico jr. at johnamico.com. Really simple. Okay, next is my phone number optional. I'm going to go ahead and put that in because, again, I want to make sure I get my notification. So just in case, I do include it there. And now this is the tricky part. The only tricky part of everything here is just what is your site name. Now you can see kind of in gray, it says Jane Smith. This is all you do is you put your nickname in here. So again, 99% of the time, it's your first and last name. You enter it without any spaces. So in the case here, it says johnamico.com/Jane Smith. You just want to put the nickname only, Jane Smith. So I'm going to go ahead and put in here home office because that's what this one is called, the home office. And when I'm done, I have to verify it. I've got to click on this green box that says verify. So I'm going to do that now. It's going to go out. It's going to verify. And when it verifies, what it's going to do is show me the John Amico website. It has my name at the top right here. See, refer, home office. And it's got some nice pictures, so I can flip through the pictures. Great. I know I'm at the right site. I know I'm at the right place where I want it to be because I verified it and I'm good. So I'm going to close this. If I'm going to misspell this now, I want to show you what happens if it's not set up properly. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the E on home office and just put home office. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit verify. And now it's going to go out and verify. But what happens is now there's a cookie here, so it shows home office. But if you look here, it says 404. It's not showing me pretty pictures. There's a problem. If you see 404, there's a problem. And you don't want to proceed because you don't have the proper site name. So we got to make sure that we give you your nickname or you know what it is because it's got to show you the nickname there. So again, I'm going to go ahead and put in the proper. There we go. I'm going to verify this. Now it's going to say, John Amico, and it's going to say home office at the top once it goes out. Here we go. And it shows me the pretty pictures. I'm good to go. No 404. So I'm going to go ahead and hit close. And now what I must do is hit this word register. You'll notice it also changed here. When I put home office, it now says home office. It doesn't have Jane Smith. It does have, and now I click register. And now I can begin using this app. So let me show you how this app works and how easy it is. So the first thing that it does is it shows me, let me go here, that I have the ability to sell products. I have the ability to communicate products. I have the ability, I get a text message from a client, to a stylist or to myself as a stylist going, what do I use? I use this product. How do I get it? No problem. I can easily do that. So all I have to do is go sell products, and everything here is located alphabetical. So I'm just going to click on 25-hour hairspray because it's really simple. So there's 25-hour hairspray. I now have the option of recording a video and sharing it or sharing the company video. Like I was saying, I've got Giovanni Rizzo, who's done, as our Director of Education, a number of different company videos. Ivan Zoot has done a number of company videos on the men's line. So you can definitely watch those videos and use them. But my recommendation is watch them, see what they say, and then you just do your own video. Again, I think it's way more impactful and way more credible when you do your own video. So what I like to do is click on record video and share. So I'm going to do that. It says it's going to access my camera. Now it's going to access my microphone. That's fine. And now it shows up. And here I am with my little green screen behind me. Hello. And so I can flip the phone around in the lower left-hand corner. You'll see this little button here if I want to flip it. So if I put this maybe in a ring light, I can flip it that way, or maybe I want somebody else to record me. I can do that as well. And then right here's the record button. So all I have to do is click on that record button. It's recording in 3, 2, and 1. And I say, hey, Johnny, this is the product that you had texted me about. Yes, you want to get the comeback shampoo. Here it is. Go ahead and get that. Just click on the buy button and you'll be all set. Or I explain maybe how the product it works and so on and so forth. And I'll give you another example of a video. But anyway, that's how I did one. It's that simple how to do a video. And so I can go ahead then and call it whatever I want. In this case, I'm going to call it 2-5 hour. That's what I was just clicking on. And it says, I thought of you. And I could say, you know, Johnny, here's the here's the comeback shampoo. Maybe that's what they were looking for. I didn't spell it right, and it looks like I got it messed up here, but that's fine. And it just says you're going to love it. So anyway, when you're done, all you have to do is click on Save Video. And so when I go ahead and click on Save Video, it's all set. Now you can have an unlimited amount of videos. I mean, I just did one right there, but you could have more than one. You could have 5. You could have 25.
Johnny,
yes.
Let me just tell you, one of our members, you know, last week, I think this week on Tuesday, I talked a little bit about, you know, creating these hair color kits. And so afterwards, she emailed me. She said, I didn't want to say anything, but I have done it. And she said, the way I did it is I put the gloves, I put a brush, and I took, I don't recall, for the T-zone, I don't recall, maybe it was 1 ounce of color, 1 ounce of developer. I can't remember what it was. But she actually sent a video to 10 of her clients that she knew for in fact would need this. 6 of the 10 bought, and a couple also added, I think 2 of them added shampoo. So she was laughing. She said, I made like 160 and then a little bit more. And then one of the clients said, could she buy a $50 gift certificate, which she did. And so she said, I made like $250 from those 6 clients, but the other 4 didn't take her up on it. They still might. But I thought that was pretty cool. And then she created a 2-page letter of what to do with the products and instructions, and she put it in there. So, you know, there's so many ways creatively, once you have gotten people on it, that you can communicate with them.
Mm-hmm. That's correct, right? But in this case, you know, and so that was on a service item, but basically turned into a retail item. But absolutely, and the important thing is that if you're doing correct, exactly.
Yeah.
Is communicate with your clients. I mean, if you're sending them information, if you're sending them educational tidbits, it's a minute-long video on how to use a particular product or why they should be using a product or the product that they have been using, how to get it. That's the main thing. And so really, we just did it. We created a little video. And now in order to share it, all I have to do is go down here and hit the share button. So I go ahead and I click on the share button, and now I can share it with anybody I want. And so I can just go through here and I can click with whomever I want to share it with. So I can click on messages and then type in somebody's name. So in this case, I'm going to send it to Johnny Zeman. There he goes. And I'm going to hit send. So he's going to get a couple share things from me. So that's that simple to share something. Now, if I want to see what is that client going to receive, if I go back to my message here and I go ahead and I click on John Zeman, I can click on what I just sent to him. And so now what's going to populate is this particular message. And this is what the client sees. They actually see it says, you know, hello from me. And if they click on the play button and I say, hey, Johnny, this is the product that you had texted me about. Yes, you want to get the comeback shampoo. Here it is. Go ahead and get that. Just click on the buy button and you'll be all set. Or I explain. And so that was me talking about that product. The other thing is I'm getting, as you'll notice at the very top, I was getting notifications. So even though I'm clicking on it, from somebody else's text message that I sent, you'll get those notifications when somebody's watching your video. You'll see, wow, they're watching it. So which is fantastic. Now, if they do click on that buy button right here, this buy button here, I'm going to go ahead and click on buy. And when they click on it, it does take a second, but it will go out to, there we go. I just clicked the buy button. I'm getting notification at the very top. And now what's happening is it's going out and it's going to the website, and it's going to go right to that particular item that we were just talking about. So in this case, we were talking about the 25-hour hairspray, and so it should go right to it. Now I was getting text in between there, so I don't know if it caused a delay in this, but let me go back here and let's see if I can do that again, because I'd like to show how it goes right to that particular product, because it usually displays the 25-hour hairspray right up there on the site, but I'm not seeing it at the present time, so I'm not sure. Let's see, why go. There we go. Usually it usually just displays right up there, but I don't know, because I was getting text messages if that disturbed how it was going out. But anyway, it usually looks just like this. There's the 25-hour hairspray, and the nice thing is that they could just go ahead and add that right to the cart, and then they can go ahead and continue shopping and do other things as well. But it's that simple to go ahead and send a message out to the clients in terms of sending a video. Now, when I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and click on the home button over down here in the left. So I'm going to go back to home. And again, now I have the option of clicking on sell products or my videos. When I go to my videos, it does go back to that video that I created. And I can go ahead and track it. So there's a little track button here. So if I click on track, it shows me who was viewing it. So I've got a couple page views. That was me clicking on it, video views, the buy button, and so on and so forth. So it does give you information, especially if you create some very nice video and you put it on social media. We had a stylist last Monday promote on the impact video. So if I go back here to back to home and sell products, she was promoting at the very bottom. I'm going to go down here, this little Vita Shine set right here for $36. So she put that on social media, and I think her name was DeAndre. I have to ask Chris specifically, but I think she got 6 or 7 sales from one post. So, if you got 7 sales at, let's say, $35, what does that come to? Let's see, it's going to be, let's say, $250. So at 35% of $250, you're looking at like $80 or something. So on one post, she got $80. So that was fantastic. And again, she posted that on social media. So how do you do that again? So if I'm back here at the home button, I just go to sell products. I pick out whatever product I want. Again, here's 25-hour hairspray. I record a video. I can share that, or I can go back to an existing product that I've already done. So here's my videos. I can just go ahead and reshare this by clicking on the share button. So just reshare this. And how do you want to share it? Share. And then I can choose, am I going to text it to somebody? But look at the other options. See right here, Facebook, Messenger, Twitter. So there are other social media options that you have. So you don't necessarily have to share it just over, texting or Messenger. You can share it in a variety of different ways. So, but it's nice. It's a really simple way. And again, I highly encourage you to do that because, again, it features you. You're the star. You're the stylist. And again, we keep using that acronym STAR, but you are the star. And so, use that star power, get it out there, get it to your clients. And the more you record videos and share with individuals, I mean, if I know I have a client who always buys my, John Amico, Vita Shine shampoo and conditioner, that little set is perfect. No reason I can't even personalize it. I mean, it'll take you a minute. Hey, Marcy, it's Johnny. All right. And I know you always use Vita Shine shampoo conditioner. I've got a lot of clients that have been texting me looking for the product and how to get it. Tell you what, all you have to do is click here and you'll be able to receive it. So, I mean, it's that simple to share it with Marcy via Messenger or email or texting, and she'll get that information. So, all right, let's go back to our presentation here. Again, it's that simple to do it. Let me see if we also have any questions as well. Again, as a review of how to install it on your phone, it's really simple. You go to the Google Play Store if you're using an Android. You go to the App Store if you're using a Apple. You go ahead and you type in the word Impact Space Video. You find it. It looks like this. You download it. Then it's going to say, look for the company name. Type in the word John Amico. No spaces. Enter your first and last name, your email address, and then go ahead and enter just your nickname. The nickname here in this case is Mary Smith. In my case, it was Home Office. You got to verify it. Once you verify it, you go in the upper left-hand corner, you close it, and then you register. If you want to take a picture of this with your phone right now, just so you have it, for those of you that know what your nickname is, you can start using this as soon as we're done with our webinar today. So it's that simple to do. All right, so again, I'll leave this up for just a minute. If anybody has a question, go ahead and click on the chat box. I'm going to go ahead and take a look if there's something up there. All right, molto grazie. All right, I like that, Regina. You got it. Thank you so much. Missed the buy button. Okay, so there is a buy button there for clients, and so absolutely. So you're very welcome. Prego. All right, let's go and continue to move forward then with this, and let's take a look at our next slide here. So this is just again showing when you do register it, then you go to help, click on the Sell Products button. Here you can then record a video. I always encourage everybody to send me one. If you want to make sure you did it right, send one to your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whomever. Send one to me. I'll tell you what, I'll give you my phone number. You want to text me, you can send me a video. Be great. I just want to make sure you got it right. It's a 708-307-0446. Again, that's 708-307-0446. I'm going to put it in the chat box right now, so you can send me a little video if you'd like. Here's my phone number: 70. Let's see here. Here we go. And okay, there we go. All right. The other thing is, in terms of let's see here. I think it skipped by here, so I got to go back to. Hold on one second. Just got to click on this. And I see what happened here. It just flipped through the slides here. So hold on, just got to go back here and get this up. Here's the other thing. We do have Chris Mucho. She's, as you know, a staff member here at the office. And the great thing is that she's available right now today. She's been contacting all members on how to use the John Amico. Let's see here. I'm just going to have to flip through this. She is assisting all members on how to use the technology. So I encourage you to give her a call, as she'll be able to assist you. And again, if you're not familiar with who she is, just give us a call here and we'll make sure that she calls you. So either way, Chris Mucho, though, she is one of our specialists on the technology, and that's all she's been doing the last several weeks. Is she's basically working from home and contacting everyone that needs individualized help on how to set up either their mobile app, their Client Connect personalized website, the video app, or even the John Amico promotion, which is your subscription for JA Clients for Life. So anyway, let's go through Clients for Life, and I can tell you about this. This is our last piece of technology for today. And so with the Clients for Life, what we do is we help educate and promote to your clients. And we do that, we have a website, it's called JA Clients for Life. So if you go to www.jaclientsforlife, what we ask you to do is to populate that website with clients' information. Now we ask for basically 6 pieces of information. The first piece is your ID number. The next piece is your first name, your last name, and then we ask for your client's first name, last name, your client's email address, and mobile phone number. So we ask for those pieces of information. Once we have that, you hit submit, and then you can go to the next client piece of information and enter that in. What we're doing here is we take the heavy lifting off of you. What I mean by that is this, is when you get home at night, you've worked all day, a lot of times from the salon, you're not only physically exhausted, but you're mentally exhausted. And now this is your time to create a promotion for your clients and email things out to your clients, especially if you're using the John Amico Salon software. You have the ability to email your clients, but it gets difficult, and now you got to create an ad and you got to do different things, and it takes time. And again, a lot of times people, stylists are yourself, are not you haven't planned out enough, or you're physically tired. So what we do is we do this for you. So all you have to do is populate that information, and we take that over for you. We'll go ahead and communicate and educate your clients anywhere between 1 to 4 times a month. And the good news is that whenever those clients take advantage of whatever that might be, that education material might relate it back to a product, or that promotional code might relate it back to the website. Whenever anybody clicks on that website, clicks on a link, and they purchase, we know that that comes from you because we have that information. So we marry you two together, and by marrying you with your client, you never miss a sale. So it's fantastic. So we can go ahead and educate and promote for you, and you reap those benefits. This is what that website looks like. Again, if you go to JA Clients for Life, again, we marry you to your clients, and you always receive that income, which is great. And we go ahead and take that heavy burden of creating ads, creating informational pieces, educational information, and we do it for you. Now, there is easier ways to populate that database. We have a number of stylists that use the John Amico Salon software. So there's a way of exporting that information. All you do, so for those that are using the John Amico Salon software, here's how you do it. Let me explain. If you go to reports, so you log into your software, you're at your software, just click on reports, and then you go to the little general heading that says general. You'll see the different headings. One of them says general, and then you click on the button that says clients, and when you click on the one that says clients, then you just leave it. It's defaulted, it says all, and you just go ahead and hit the word export. And then what it does is it will email to you a list of that information. All you have to do is forward the email to us. So it literally will take you no more than 5 minutes to generate this list, forward it to us, and then we'll go ahead and put those clients in the Clients for Life. It's that simple. For those that don't have a software, now maybe you're using some other sort of software, that's great. There's probably some sort of export button. You can get us that information. Just export that spreadsheet and send it over to us, and then we can go ahead and import that information into the Clients for Life. And finally, for those that don't have any software and you don't want to do it one by one, I can send you a spreadsheet. And all you have to do on that spreadsheet is just fill out literally 4 columns. You put the client's first name, last name, email address, and phone number. And that's it. You fill out that spreadsheet, email it back to us, and then we import that information in. So it's really simple, but I'll tell you what, every time we have education or promotional things that are going on, and we're able to educate your clients, it's great seeing an order come in. You're like, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. So you really do enjoy the benefits of having the Clients for Life. It's just great. This shows how you can set it up on your phone as a shortcut. For those that have the Apple phone, it's really easy. All you do is you go to that particular website on your phone, go to www.jaclientsforlife. It comes up on your phone. And then at the very bottom, you just hit the share button. So there's the little share button at the bottom. And when you click on that, you can share it in a variety of ways. But what you want to do is just add to the home screen. So you go ahead and click on add to the home screen, and then it shows up on your home screen. It's that simple. So really, 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 really easy to do. All right, so that's a summary of all the 4 technologies there. We've got the John Amico Client Connect personal website, your John Amico Client Connect mobile app, your John Amico Show and Sell app, and your John Amico Clients for Life subscription portal. Again, if you'd like to use any of those, we're here to help you out. Just give us a call. We will probably have either assist you over the phone today, or today we'll have Chris Mucho give you a call, and she'll walk you through any or all of these personally. As well, I did record this presentation, so I'll send you all a link to this presentation so you can rewatch it or fast forward it or get to whatever section you want to watch again. Or you can also log in the backside of the John Amico website and you can watch any of these particular sections. So let me see.
So Johnny, I just want to
Yeah.
say a couple of things.
Yep.
And you know, the thing is that when you first start doing it, it's like anything. You are going to maybe stumble a little bit. Maybe your presentation isn't always the best, but I think facilitating for the client, you know, as we see that sheet that you would give the client, here, fill this out and we'll send you information on promotions and specials, and you can also buy online if you'd like to. That's one thing. The second thing is to do that Client Connect app. If you're able to do that Client Connect app, I think that's going to be great. But I also want to caution you not to have false hope. If you go into the Hall of Fame in baseball in Cooperstown, guess what you're going to hit if they throw if you're at bat 10 times in order to get in the Hall of Fame. How many times do you think you have to get on base or get a hit, right? Most people say, oh, maybe like 8 out of 10, because, you know, you watch the basketball guys shoot all those balls that go in the hole, right? Go in the hoop, and some of those guys are getting 6 out of 7 and so on. No, what happens is if you get 3 out of 10 that you actually get on base, you are hitting 300 and you're now in the Hall of Fame. Right? So the first time you hand these out, or these apps, and you put them on the client's phone, out of those 10, you may get one that starts that habit going. And before you know it, as you talk to your clients, you'll reinforce it, you'll re-educate them. And if you're ever out of rhythm, you know, don't hesitate to order online. You may get 2 out of 10. If anybody asks you about your hair, what it looks like, and they're not in the area, maybe a family member, maybe you're at some kind of a meeting and somebody says something, well, just pass my app along and just tell them what you're using and you will get points. And so what happens is this is a snowball effect, but it's just consistency. You can't be inconsistent. You know, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. You just got to get into the mindset of doing it. So if you do it every time, all the time, it just takes care of itself. It becomes a habit. And what's a habit? It's 21 days of doing the same thing over and over again to get a new regimen, a new habit, a new protocol. And if you look at what happened on January 1st or December 31st, thousands, hundreds of millions of people are all setting up what I'm going to do for 2020. And what was this wonderful day? It's called Valentine's Day. That's the 14th of February. Johnny knows it well because he got married right around that time. He can't forget that one. But in any case, what happens? 95% of the people that set New Year's resolutions, they're already done down and forget about it, right? They signed up at the health club. They went 18 times, and all of a sudden now it's a week and a half later, and they're not going anymore. And you know what they do? They continue to pay that $19.95 or $9.95 until it gets to maybe June, because they still have hope. They have hope in May. They have hope in June. I'm still going to go. And then all of a sudden the reality of June is gee whiz, I just paid $200 or $100 all this time and I'm never going to go. So now they kick the habit. But if you get into the habit of just always going, and you don't need a study buddy, you don't need a workout buddy, just do it yourself each and every time, it just becomes a habit. You don't think about it twice. It's a normal procedure, normal routine. Just like in the morning, you have a routine. Whatever if you put on your coffee, if you brush your teeth, whatever you do, it's a habit. To do it like that, and I think you will be a slam dunk. Just do it. And you're not going to be good. You'll still stumble. It may take you a little while, but you'll figure it out. But you got to get committed. And you got the time. You'll never have the time like you got now. Do it. Okay?
So Lynn just sent a Q&A here through the chat box, but she was saying that in the last few weeks, she had $550 through her technology from doing the different features, which is fantastic. So, I mean, that's just great. The other thing I'd like to recommend then is probably next week, I'm going to ask Lynn, maybe I'll ask Kitty Gray, because she's won 3 years in a row having the most, using her technology, the most orders. Maybe what we could do is we'll do another webinar. We'll have them as panelists, and we'll talk about ways to use your technology. So we can literally listen to Lynn, and she could tell us what she's doing to have love those types of sales. We can listen to Kitty. She could tell us what she's done over the last several years to get sales, because it'd be nice to hear some success stories of people, because maybe many of you right now on the webinar, you've never done this before. So you're like, okay, I'm going to get started. And like my dad said, you know, you got to get started to get going. And the first time you do something, it's more difficult. But as you keep doing it, you don't even think twice about doing it. Sort of like these webinars. The first time we did this a few weeks ago, we were definitely much more rusty. Now we're like, you know, we know how to put the video on and off and mute and not mute, you know, all these things.
So Johnny, you see my graph?
I can't. Oh yeah, it looks like a hockey stick, right?
No, what do you mean a hockey stick? It looks like it's a graph where you see March, where we had good sales of people online, clients buying. But you know what's happened? It's like a rocket. It's straight up. We're at 100% more. So if that's what's happening. Stylists out there, salons out there, they've given it to their clients, and now it's really paying off for them. So I just want to encourage you guys to do it.
Absolutely, exactly. So really, really important to do that. So we'll try to. I'll coordinate with Lynn, but probably we'll try to do that on Tuesday, maybe next Tuesday. We'll try to do that webinar so we can do a panel, how to use it and learn. So we'll have kind of a meeting there. I think that'd be fun. All right. Any other questions? I see Lynn said, great. That sounds wonderful. Also, she put on here that she's also referred her new members and existing members to come to the technology webinar. So if you're a leader and you sponsored other professionals and mentored other professionals in John Amico, invite them to come to all of these meetings, because now's the time to learn and to grow. And especially if our salons are closed or your salon suite is closed, I mean, now's the time to learn how to use this. There's no better time. It's not like the salons are going to reopen and then you're going to say, okay, now let me learn the technology. You'll be busy in the salon. You won't have time to learn it. So now's the time to learn it. So you have it all set up, ready to go. So really.
Hey John, you see what I wore today?
What's that?
I wore today? I
wore
my flowers. I wore it's like I'm a bouquet.
I love it.
I'm like the reason is that I know in Chicago, in St. Louis, there's other areas, it's foggy, it's caca poo poo, right? So I'm in Florida, sun is shining. I want to share it with you guys. And just think spring. Think sunshine and spring, and you're going to be just fine. Can you all see it?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it. That's great. It looks great.
Okay, guys.
All right, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for being on today, and we will talk soon. And my dad's got a webinar next week, probably Monday. We got one on Tuesday. We'll coordinate that and more throughout the week. So anyway, stay tuned.
Okay.